Let me ask you a question. What would be possible for you if you could stop doing all of those manual tasks and your business ran on autopilot? In this interview series, I talked to some pretty amazing women about how they run and automate their businesses. So if putting your business on autopilot is of interest to you, then stick around and let's get into it. Welcome, everybody. My name is Jacqui Money, and I help introverted solopreneur service providers and coaches scale their businesses with custom back-end systems so that they don't have to work more hours or hire a huge team just to make more money. Today, I have Kim Roth with me. I'm so excited about this interview, and I'm going to let Kim introduce herself.
Hi, Jacqui. I'm so excited to be here too. I am Kim Roth. I work with coaches and course creators who use FG funnels to run their business. They are typically ready to simplify their tech and scale their business with a solution that lets them focus on their clients instead of worrying about their backend tech. I believe in keeping their tech simple so they can keep their business simple. And FG Funnels really helps them to automate the marketing side of their business.
I love that. I love that. So tell me a little bit about what got you, your business journey, what got you to this point.
So I was in corporate IT at just a small manufacturing company here in town, and they were going through a lot of changes, and my kids were getting older too. So I guess I was going through that phase of just wanting something else. And so I had to either decide whether I am going to find another job in IT, which I really didn't want to do because it's the same old thing and the same, just a different company with different people. So I had to decide, that wasn't really what I wanted to do. One of my high school friends had reached out to me to become a Beachbody coach. And the more people I talked to, the more people have started with Beachbody or some sort of, Rodan and Fields or Unique or anything like that. A lot of us have started in network marketing. So a friend had reached out and talked. She didn't have to talk me in too hard, but I became a Beachbody coach. I tried that for a couple of years, and I'm not made to be a Beachbody coach. But what I loved was all of the tech, all of the behind the scenes tech that went into like marketing your business online. So anything that would come up, I would take a training on, whether it was Facebook ads or, I took everything like Twitter. I took a course in Twitter. I took a course in just social media marketing, funnels, emails, anything,
all the things,
all the things. And then I decided, this really isn't, I'm not made to be a Beachbody coach, but I can help other coaches and course creators build their back-end systems through what I've learned here. So that was when I started to just reach out. I reached out to my mentor for one of the courses that I had taken or programs that I was in. And I said, hey, I'm kind of thinking about being a VA. What do you think? She's like, well, I need a VA. So she was my first client. I ended up doing Facebook ads for her along with some social media stuff and some other stuff. And then it kind of just went from there. I did Facebook ads for a while, decided I didn't really like Facebook ads either because you're playing in Facebook's sandbox by their set of rules, which they don't even understand half the time. And then when you're trying to explain why a client's ad got shut off after it's been running for 3 months, I'm like, I'm out. I don't want to do this either. So it was 2020 when I was trying to decide what other path I could take. And that was when the pandemic hit. There was a lot of people looking at building courses because now they were supposed to have the time to kind of work on their side hustle. I don't know if very many people accomplished that, but there's a lot of people asking for help with Kajabi. I actually started with Kajabi and worked with quite a few clients with Kajabi. I joined Funnel Gorgeous and their FG Society at the end of 2020. They released FG Funnels, and that was when I really love that program because it has everything in it. You do your website, your funnel, your emails, your calendar appointments. So you could really keep everything inside that one tool. So you didn't have to connect a whole bunch of other pieces.
Yeah.
So,
and I've also been in the FG Society program. So that's interesting because I loved what they teach in there. FG funnels, I don't know very much about. So if you are looking at automation in your business, what was the first thing that you remember automating? Can you remember?
yeah. So the calendars, that was the appointment scheduling. That was like the very first thing, because sometimes it's okay to go back and forth with somebody, in DMs and trying to find a time. But after a little bit, you're just like, can somebody just give me the calendar and I'll find a time that works. So that was the very first thing I automated, and I used, I think, Calendly forever. And then it was a freebie funnel, like just to be able to start having something out there to offer and collect email addresses. I didn't do anything with my email addresses for years, which I think that's a common story too. People start collecting, but they don't get in that habit of a weekly email. But yeah, the calendars, and that freebie funnel is just a way to collect emails, but more importantly, I guess, have something to offer somebody so they can learn more about what you do.
And so interesting. Before, obviously, this was set up before FG funnels came along. So what did you use for that before FG?
Yeah. So I spent a lot of time on every single free software I could find. We all do. Yep. Guilty. So I used the free version of Calendly. I used there's a free version of MailerLite that you can use. I paid for an email through Google Workspace because I thought that was important to have an email that was branded to me and my business. So I did do that. I eventually bought or subscribed to Dubsado and moved some of my pieces into there. That was about the time where I needed to have contracts, and I was sending out. I was starting to send out more contracts than HelloSign had on their free plan with only 3. So I moved into Dubsado, which really simplified the contract piece, keeping track of clients, invoicing, like all of that was a pretty nice tool to have, to at least have those things in one place and automated. Yeah.
And so then when FG funnels came along and it had all the pieces, you moved over from Dubsado.
I did. Yes. So I think there was a 3-month overlap. And so that was what really pushed me to get my stuff set up on FG funnels so that I could cancel Dubsado. The one thing FG funnels doesn't have is calendars, or not calendars. They have calendars. Is contracts. They don't have contracts yet where you can also sign. So you can have a client sign a form through FG funnels, but you can't countersign that contract. And I always feel a little bit more comfortable having that countersign. So so I use Sign Request for that in Zapier to keep that connected.
Yes, it makes sense. Makes sense. So in terms, if we come back to the automation, how did it make you feel once you started automating things in your business?
There was 2 big benefits I felt, was the one, once it was set up, I knew I just had to kind of click the button or, start the process and everything would happen for me. So that was nice all on its own. It wasn't me that had to do all these pieces myself manually, send the emails out, send the appointment reminders, like that sort of stuff, send the email sequences, all of that. The other piece that it gave for me was the boundaries that I needed so that when I brought somebody into my business, that they all got the same email they all got that same next step. Like it just put the boundaries on me too. So I always tend to do more than,
yeah.
and it's then expected.
Yes, I get it.
Like
I totally get it. I totally
yeah,
get it.
like nobody's expecting me to do all this, but I tend to do it all. And then
Over-deliver.
having that, but having that process in place just kind of forces you to stay in your boundaries. Yeah.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree. So one more question. Tell me, what are your top 3 automations currently?
The automations that I use. So
Your favorite
my favorite automations or tools that I use?
automations.
Automations. Okay. Trying to think what I have in there that I consistently use. One big thing that I really like is if I'm testing out an offer and I don't have a sales page like ready for it, but I still want to sell it. I still have people that are interested in it. The one thing that I love to build is just like the checkout page that has the bullet points of the offer, but it lets them go to this page and check out. So I can still give one link to many people where they can come in, they can check out, and then that triggers off the welcome email, grants them access to, I have like a little mini course library for a lot of my products. So they have like just the little videos that go along with FG funnels, the how-to videos that they need to understand things. So they get access to that. It sends out, I have it connected over to my ClickUp so that I get a task in my ClickUp to finish the onboarding and those sort of pieces. So like that's one of my favorites, just having the offer checkout and all of those, the welcome automations automated for me.
Yeah.
The other one is, the typical calendar funnel and your welcome email sequence. The one thing I really love about how FG funnels is set up is they have templates for your email marketing.
Lovely.
So this works especially well with clients. When I'm setting up a client's freebie funnel and all of the workflow that goes with it, they typically don't want to get in the workflow because they're always worried they're going to mess something up in the workflow. Yeah. Well, with the way FG funnels has it laid out with the templates, I can tell them to go here into the email marketing templates and make their changes over here to just the emails. It's the only thing that they have to worry about. So that's like one of my other favorite features. I just did it recently with a client that does summits and challenges all of the time, not all of the time, once a quarter. I went in there and reset her challenge for the next time. It took me like 10 minutes because she'll take care of all the emails because the emails are all set up in templates. They're already there from her last challenge. She'll go in there, tweak them, and like everything's like good to go. So that's like one of my favorite, I guess, automations
like
in there.
Time saver, you would
say. Anything that you can save time with. I also have an automation set up inside FG funnels where it sends that contract off for me. So if I just move them in the pipeline from, book to call to said yes, then it automatically sends that contract.
Like magic.
Yeah. It comes to me first so I can fill in any information. Once I sign it, then it goes to them. Yeah. And then they can sign it. Yeah. So those are probably my three favorites that I use most often.
That's wonderful. I love automation. So, but Kim, thank you so much for being here. And I am obviously going to add all of your information and all of your contact details to all of the recordings of this interview that I drip out. And everybody can contact you. If anybody needs anything to do with FG funnels, Kim is your lady. Thank you so much for being here, Kim.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Let me know in the comments below if you had a magic wand and could automate the part of your business where you are spending the most time, what would that be? If you want to check out more videos like this, where I talk about how to put your business on autopilot so that you're not working more hours or hiring a huge team, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video.